let's try one more tonight. See where we get. So what do we have in white? Humiliation, Unicorn, Priest, Vladimir and Godfrey, Zombie Knights. 2 and a white for a 3/2 legendary creature. Rejuvenation, 2 and a white. Return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It perpetually gets +1/+1. Activate only if you control a 1/1 creature. Well, that's bizarrely specific. Can I do that? Do I have any 1/1s? Not in white. Sea Tower Imprisonment's good, though. Blue has what continues to look like nothing playable. Black has Armor of Shadows, 2 ghouls, Bonecaller Cleric, Guildsworn Prowler, Horde Robber, Black Market Connections, which is mostly fine. Slot is good, Imp is good, Merchant's good, Wand of Orcus is Grim Bounty's good. It's in black, it's fine. Red's got a Dragonfire, a Rabble Rouser, a Captain, some Beetles, Sellsword, Provocation. Provocation good with 2 Sepulchre Ghouls if we end up in red-black. Faraday's Fireball. Wrathful Red Dragon. 5 mana, 5/5. That's good. Whenever a dragon you control is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target that isn't a dragon. That's very good. Okay, hello. Also, Kalain. But also Ulder Ravengard. Oh, and Thrakis for green-red dragons. And in green we have 2 Underseller Myconids. And 2 Skanoses? We also have 2 Lazans. Oh, dear me. Gianna Renicus the Exile. 2 blue-black. At the beginning of your instep, draw a card of your library has more cards in it than target opponent's library. Otherwise, each opponent mills 5 cards. That's, like, fine. Kind of dirtily. Pilgrim's Eye to activate it. Yeah, that's fair. We have a Pilgrim's Eye. Okay, so I feel like we're definitely in red. At least. Because this Wrathful Dragon seems crazy, and just having Dragonfire plus fine cards on the curve seems obligatory. There's the word I'm looking for. Lazan is interesting. I mean, it synergizes with Wrathful Red Dragon. We have Jaded Sellsword. Do we have much in the way of adventures? We have Skanoses. We went into green with Ramp, Myconids, a lot of color fixing. Alright, so let's figure out what this green looks like. Two Bronze Walruses is kind of nuts. That does not make me feel bad about going overboard on 5 drops at all. 4 color fixers means we can kind of splash just as many bombs as we want, doesn't it? So I could stay in Naya and just play more white stuff, but I don't actually see anything else that looks deeply appealing in white. I don't like playing Lazan just to synergize with other 5 drops. I mean, I guess turn 4 Lazan into turn 5 Dragon is decent. Maybe that's a strategy. Yeah, well, let's take a look at Rakdos, where we lose the Underseller Myconids. We get Guildsworn Prowler, Bonecaller Cleric, the Ghouls, Black Market Connection, Skullport Merchant, Grim Bounty. We could play the Wand. Armor of Shadows is solid. We have enough 2-drops. I don't need to play Horde Robber. And then we can play the Wand. Definitely play Kalain, although we have no other real treasure production to support it. But like, Kalane and a Jaded Sellsword's sort of rad. A lot less ramp. I guess we have Skullport Merchant as another treasure producer. And Black Market Connections as a treasure producer. Okay, that kind of works. Huh. That's certainly tempting. Play Arenicus off treasure. Do we think this is strong enough? Well, that's probably worth testing. So we're splashing blue and white off treasure then? Yeah, I think Arenicus is probably a little slow. Yeah, true. We do also have Walrus in addition to the treasures. Actually, for what it's worth, we don't have that much treasure in the way of fixing. So, Grim Bounty also makes treasure. I don't want to go super reliant on treasure for fixing, I don't think. This certainly helps us be a lot more aggressive than the green option. It's mostly about powering out 5-drops and just hoping that 5-drops get there. Underseller Myconid's really solid at buying time. That's definitely for sure. And we have a lot of big dragon synergies. Thrakis plus Skanos. Skanos, you give trample on red, right? No, first strike. Wow, you just can't give trample, huh? Blue and white Skanos are so much better than every other Skanos. What's the green Skanos? Vigilance? Yeah. And more stats, right. To be entirely honest, I think the black-red thing is pretty similar to stuff we've done before, and I'm confident I understand how it works. I kind of want to try the green-red thing, not necessarily because I think it's better, but because I do think that it might be more educational. I think 2 Myconids and a Bronze Walrus are enough fixing that I don't need to play. I mean, I probably should still play Pilgrim's Eye, but I don't think I need to play a Lantern. Should I play Lazan and the Lantern with 5 color fixers in addition to treasures? We don't need the provocation in this color combo. Let's try the 2 Lazans with like maximum 3-drop ramp spell and see if that actually gets us literally anywhere. I do think that that's probably interesting from an educational standpoint. I don't really want to play Faraday's Fireball at that point then. I kind of want to just play stuff that can actually block early. But I don't have stuff that can actually block early at that point. I kind of want to cut the Fireball to just play a Lantern. Is that obscene? Or does that kind of just make sense? I think that's dumb, but I also think it's probably what might not be a terrible idea. No, it's got to be the Jaded Sellsword. Well, Jaded Sellsword triggers the Lazans, though. Fire Beetles? Fire Beetles got to be worse than Fireball. Yeah, the low amount of 2-drops is a problem. The only way we can fix that is by playing the black-red aggro deck, which I do believe that it is better to play the black-red version of this pool. I'm pretty confident in that. But I do also think this might be more educational, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Okay, we have the Pilgrim's Eye, which I think means I'm incentivized to grab 1 Plains and 1 Island. This is going to be a just right nightmare. Alright, 8 green sources, 7 red sources. Do I have any gates anywhere? I'm playing like every color. No, I have 0 gates. Okay. For science. Oh, dear me, dear me. Well, we started this format by playing a Teamer Monstrosity, and then Lazan looked terrible in the Teamer Monstrosity. So maybe this is a fitting return to the initial impressions. I would feel a lot more comfortable with this deck if we had, like, 2 more Myconids. Shouldn't there be more mountains than forests in a deck like this, especially with all the double red cards? I don't believe so, because I think by the time we get to our 6 drops, we'll be solid on fixing. I'm concerned about being able to play Myconid on turn 3, which makes me want more green sources. This is, unfortunately, I don't think a hand we can keep. This is fine. Am I okay getting rid of Sellsword on this? I guess? It's weird that I feel obligated to keep all of the land so that I can play a 5-drop off the top. Well. Now I wish I had gotten rid of a land. Now I really wish I had gotten rid of a land. Okay, well, I have successfully had the opportunity to get rid of a land. Skanos, a little weaker than normal because we lack any other creatures. Could play the Druid before the Skanos. I guess I kind of want to deck thin, so that sounds fine. Island, forest, a natural 1, delightful. Yeah, there's our Skanos. If we had put a land into play, I could kill their Skanos and play my Skanos. But now I cannot. Do I want to discard this island to Skanos to get a blue Skanos? No, I probably want to get a green Skanos. Alright. Well, now if they kill my Skanos, then I can't even Dragonfire their Skanos. So maybe I was supposed to play the Bronze Walrus and the Dragonfire? Yeah, that sucks. Well, you know what? I'll take it. Choose a reveal a dragon card. Kill their Skanos. Reveal Wrathful Red Dragon. Play Wrathful Red Dragon, so if they flash in something to block my Skanos, they take damage? Okay. Was I about to deal 1? I was working very hard to make sure that didn't happen. Okay, Druid dies, but our dragon is winning the race. We get to do a lot of scrying. Oh, I like Earth Cult Elemental. That sounds good. I would also like to do more scrying. I don't think I like Hobgoblin Captain, so we're just going to keep the Earth Cult Elemental on top. 6/6 sounds good. Yep, there's the removal spell, for sure. Yep. Now they swing with Black Dragon. Ooh, okay. So they kind of have to take this 2, I guess. Should I swing with Bronze Walruses, sack 1 to deal 2 damage? I think I'm actually just in that kind of racing mode here. I think sacking a Bronze Walrus to deal 2 damage is fine. Yay! I like not having sacrifice permanents. Wrathful Red Dragon gets smaller. Okay. My opponent's going to be drawing cards for the remainder of the game. which is sad. Can't really swing with the Earth Cult Elemental here, but we can possibly next turn if our Skanos is powerful enough. Unfortunately... Okay, no. So we want to top deck a blue card so I can discard it to Skanos and give the Earth Cult Elemental flying, I think. I think that's what we're looking for here. So we're still going to get to draw a card, which is still pretty horrible for me. Cool. Death Toucher's pretty horrible for me. First Strike's pretty good for me. Alright, well, I guess that's the plan for this turn. So they have to chump block the Earth Cult. I wonder if I was actually supposed to pump the Walrus? Why are they blocking like... Do they not realize my Earth Cult has First Strike? I don't think they realize my Earth... Okay, works for me. Alright, well, we've successfully stopped the opponent from drawing a bunch. Does the Lantern have an ability? It does, but somehow we haven't managed to have the open mana to use it, I don't think. Altar of Ball. Okay, well, that's horrifying. Did they have an alternative block to kill the first striker? I don't know. Actually, yeah. Right? I'm pretty sure. I guess not one that didn't let me kill two creatures, maybe. Oh dear. Was really hoping to top deck an Earth Cult Elemental this turn. I don't know how I can win this. Oh, I guess I can do Lazan into dragons? I really can't help but think that I kind of played too fast, and possibly on the turn where I swung with the red Skanos, I should have swung with everything and pumped the Bronze Walrus, which forces it to be blocked because it's lethal. And then if they put the Death Toucher on the 6/6, do they have any set of blocks that kill Skanos? I don't think so. I think I actually messed that up. Alright, so there's the altar. They get back the dragon, kill my Bronze Walrus, which is pretty bad for me. That is a 2-turn clock, so I need to draw something that is defensive. Block, spear, unblockable. Okay, so that kills me. So the opponent having 2 removal spells kind of did a really strong number on my game plan of play a bunch of 5-drops. Okay, we're on the play, we have fixing. We potentially have turn 4 Skanos. If we hit a forest and get to go Myconid it into Skanos, that would probably be ideal. So far we have not hit a forest. Mono Mountains is not really ideal for the 4-color list. Okay, Bronze Walrus is sort of like having a forest. That said, we're in a weird spot. Okay, I definitely don't want 2 more mountains. Thank you, Scry2. Extremely helpful. I really don't want to cast this Pilgrim's Eye that anti-deck thins now. Okay. Yes, we will have to try the Lazan, I think. Or, actually, there's no way that I can get us to, like, ever cast Lazan plus another 5-drop in the same turn, I don't think. I could play Lantern of Revealing into Myconid this turn. I just don't know if that's actually useful. I think it's gotta be Lazan. Killing Skanos, and I'm just hoping they, like, play a big 5-drop that I get to kill with Skanos. That's kind of like... No, they're just gonna play a removal spell. Okay. Yeah? I mean, removal spells are good. Alright, opponent. 1 removal spell used. Do we have more removal spells? That's not a removal spell. An equip to the 1/1, attack, it has Death Touch. Sure. Deal. They get 1/2/2. Okay. So you're telling me if I want to play this Earth Cult Elemental, it requires me to not swing and pump the Skanos. That's probably not a good idea. I'm probably supposed to play the Pilgrim's Eye and get a Plains? An island? Probably an island. And then I can play the Myconid, and I got good blockers for the 1/1. Yeah, we kill the 2/2, which gives them nothing to equip the wand to in a more meaningful way. And now I can Skanos pump the Pilgrim's Eye? Yeah, more removal spells. Sure. Dear me. Alright. What does Earth Cult Elemental roll? Because I can always sack this Skanos if it rolls poorly. No. Opponent sacrifices a land, which... Sure. I think we just push our damage through with the Pilgrim's Eye. I'm probably not going to spend any time drafting. I want to practice Sealed, because there isn't any competitive draft format for this upcoming. Owlbear's good. It does make my life tough. Alright, well, do you want to chump block opponent? Yeah. Do I want to kill the thing that has the wand equipped to it, or the Myconid to deny them a mana but give them a 1/1? I think I'm probably supposed to kill the Myconid. Oh, it gains Death Touch on block too? Oh, wow. We both missed that. They just could have killed my 6/6. I was not aware that was how that card worked. Think it's better to develop the Rabble Rouser in this spot than get the Scry. Yeah, that's true. We have successfully learned something. That's fair. They can do that and then get a 2-drop. I think them spending 3 mana to equip the wand and not having a Death Touch blocker for my Genasi Rabble Rouser is worth them gaining a 2-drop for me, though. Beginning of your instep. Okay. We can potentially make this happen in a cute way. If they don't kill my Rabble Rouser, but they're gonna kill my Rabble Rouser. Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, kill both their creatures. Rabble Rouser, Owlbear Shepherd. Was it worth holding back Pilgrim's Eye to trade with their Pilgrim's Eye? Probably was. I think I made a mistake. Did not make a mistake. Have never made one of those in my life. So my opponent's deck is just like an unbelievable amount of removal and like random dirtle. Dear me. Okay. So scry 2. Skanos is fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pass. Draw a card because we pumped the Rabble Rouser for the Owlbear Shepherd. That's stupid. Yeah, I lose the game now because I don't have a flyer and they just make 10 2/2s. So that's going to be a problem. Hopefully we can still somehow cheese a win here. Presumably by giving Skanos unblockable somehow. So no, that's not happening. I mean, I have a truly busted board, but like a turn too late. Okay. Well, the opponent just has like 10 removal spells in their deck. That is not good for my 5-drop stud deck to play against in round 1. Dear me. Okay, well. Ugh. 5-drops definitely get beaten by removal in value. That is, I suppose, not terribly surprising to learn. Seems removal is good. I mean, it is... removal is uniquely good when it is tempo efficient. If your opponent is playing like 5-drop big things that need to untap to get value, then removal is literally at its best that it can possibly be there. You're trading up on tempo because you're using cheap mana to remove expensive permanents, and then you get to use your extra mana to draw more cards than your opponent. That is like the best possible sort of head-to-head sort of sealed matchup that I think you can really get. It's less good if your opponent's just playing cheap stuff on curve instead of dedicating multiple cards worth of resources into playing single big things early, which is what most decks are doing. Removal's still good because it's flexible, but like if we were just playing that black-red list that we had, against that deck, we would have been in a much better spot. Isn't that what sealed is? More dirtle and rampy? No. You can build sealed decks that are dirtily and rampy. I think those decks are, on average, way worse than decks that are just playing good cards on curve and trying to be aggressive and pressuring your opponent. Because the decks that are dirtily and rampy lose to the decks that are aggressive and lean curve. And decks like what the opponent was doing, that's play all your removal, play all your bombs, play fixing, play expensive things, that also loses to stuff that's just on curve and aggressive. Which is to say, I think we built a pool that is... I do not think we built this pool correctly. I'm building this because I kind of want to learn if this is viable, and so far, that data is, no, it's actually not terribly viable. It just loses to the types of decks that I think most people tend to try to build in sealed, and that I think the deck that I would have built if I was being hyper competitive about it, the black-red list, would have been better against that, which is only one data point, but there's data points that suggest to me what I already believed. Which are the scariest kind of data points that you should believe the least, and require the most of them before they mean anything to you. Because it is terribly, terribly easy to come to conclusions that support your pre-existing biases. Okay. So here's a game plan. Myconid, Lazan, Wrathful Red Dragon. The awkward thing that I've had with like consistently every Lazan list is that Lazan is like a super easy to kill 5-drop, but it also stops you from playing your good harder to kill 5-drops, because like every good dragon is also a 5-drop, which is deeply, deeply, deeply awkward. Alright, hit our 4th land, so we will be able to play our turn 4 Lazan. Warcaller. That's scary. What do you have that begins to get horrifying and hasty, opponent? Not that tutu, interestingly, appears to be the answer. Alright, well, here's hoping we get to do our Lazan thing. I kind of feel like if we untap with the Lazan, we win. If we don't untap with the Lazan, we might still win, but like, this thing's stat line is so disappointing in this format. There's so many things that kill it so trivially. I'm like so certain I'm gonna just get hit by a Baldur. It would have been stonewalled by Wrathful Red Dragon. But instead we'll just be a hasty board wipe. I think the worst part is, like, you're incentivized to play this card while the opponent has a bunch of cards still in hand, because you need a bunch of cards still in hand. Okay, cool. This kills the Lazan. So, like, you have to play this hyper-fragile card at the time period where your opponent is the most likely to be able to kill it. And if you play it as your last card, it doesn't do anything. Which really means that I think I'm coming around to the idea that this card is just always awful. I think the only time this could ever be good is if you're using it with a bunch of, like, 2-mana adventures and trying to get to, like, 7 mana before you play it. But I think that it's also just not... There aren't good 2-mana adventures either. Like, there's the blue bounce spell, but, like, blue is bad. I kind of just hate this card, I think, is, like, the conclusion that I'm coming to here. Alright. Should I play this Earth Cult Elemental? I should have attacked for 1 if I was going to play a 5-drop, but I think I'm going to play a 5-drop. gonna play the Wrathful. It's hardest to kill. Attacks well over their 3/3. The Reckless Berserkers can play it with the Hexproof Adventure Dragon backup. I guess if you get to like 9 mana. But that's like, ugh. That's wicked not impressive. Okay. So we get to play our Skanos with Wrathful Red Dragon providing Skanos with, hey, if you remove this, you also take a bunch of damage. And also I have Dragon's Fire to kill their Skanos. So I think we just won this off the back of Wrathful Red Dragon, kind of like single-handedly dominating the board. Which probably means I was supposed to play Wrathful Red Dragon and then Lazan, I guess? Alright, choose a dragon I control. Zap their dragon, choose my dragon. This probably results in an opponent being dead. So let's just make the biggest possible thing. Yeah, okay. I kind of feel like both of these cards were a lot better than the other card the entire time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm becoming increasingly less and less impressed. I guess if we had ended up with Lazan in a deck that we had like 3 Reckless Berserkers, maybe that would have had something. Like, getting to 7 mana and doing Lazan plus a shock isn't impossible, but then like Lazan is a bad black dragon, and I don't even like that card. Ugh. I don't know. I guess he could play Lazan and like 5 Reckless Berserkers in the same turn. You just use Reckless Berserkers to cast Reckless Berserkers. That's kind of like playing a Lava Axe, right? Okay. Solid 2-drop, good 5-drop, chance to draw a ramp spell. It's a game plan. More lands. Not the best. Opponent not having anything. That bit I dig. So where's the pause? Okay. Opponent, I love you so much. Thank you for taking my lands away from me. I really did not need those 3 lands. Oh dear. Oh dear me. That's so excellent. Alright, do I want the plains? I guess? I don't know. Maybe the island? I'm kind of thinking about, like, what about the value of if I end up pitching this to Skanos? If I draw, like, something that makes colorless? And I think the flying is more valuable than lifelink in this sort of a position. Valor Singer, very far off curve. Not a scary 5-drop. Okay, so they could trade with the Hobgoblin Captain? I guess they're mostly just going to eat the Pilgrim's Eye. Which I'm okay with. No, they just trade with the Hobgoblin Captain. That does prevent the most damage, I suppose. Alright, well, What do you got going on and how scary is it, opponent? Because I got a Skanos, and that's pretty good if you don't answer it. We're doing nothing, huh? Okay, well, I think I have to behave like my opponent has something here. So we're gonna split the damage. I think I could try to go for lethal. Oh, okay. Or my opponent could quit. Okay. I guess we successfully beat a teamer deck that didn't do anything. I'm gonna go with the value of that information was not terribly high. Alright, well, 2-drop, 3-drop, and then another 3-drop. That's something. Alright, Wrathful Dragon. I do like my splashy good 5-drop. It is splashy and good. Soldiers of the Watch is unfortunately very good against Hobgoblin Captain. That does not make me happy. Should I trade? Nah. But I might play something that's got 3 toughness that they don't want to block with. Okay. I am actually willing to attack with Hobgoblin Captain and trade with that Soldiers of the Watch. Oh, okay. Because the fact that they already, like, played Soldiers of the Watch on turn 3 meant that I would be trading with a 3-drops worth of tempo, but also it would make it harder for them to have Giant Fire Beetle. Oh, I see. They have Liara. To make their Soldiers of the Watch better. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Okay. That's pretty horrifying. Guess I'm going to need more blockers. Well, so the Hobgoblin has first strike. That's an issue. I have a blocker for the Liara. Can trade with the Soldiers of the Watch. It's not good, but I can do it. They're going to get another Hobgoblin. They shouldn't really attack with Liara. Yeah. Okay. I definitely want to kill both Soldiers of the Watch. The good news is the Wrathful Red Dragon actually punishes them for having first strike on the Hobgoblin Captains. In an interesting way. Because it means I can deal 4 damage to the other Hobgoblin. Oh no, I guess I can only stop something that's on the ground. Or something that doesn't have first strike from dealing extra damage. So they can't really attack with the Hobgoblin Captain. I would just wipe both of them if they did. We have 2 Lazans that are completely useless. On account of somehow not having drawn any fixing. But, okay. So, now the Hobgoblin Captains are 5 power first strikers with the Unicorns. Which kind of hurts. So what if I did this, opponent? I get to kill the one I'm blocking, and if they do any damage to Skanos, then I also get to kill the other one? Oh, no, I guess they can do 2 damage. Well, I mean, they can just not do damage to Skanos. But yeah, if they pump Steadfast Unicorn, then I don't get to kill the other Hobgoblin. Okay, they deal all the damage to that. No damage to Skanos. But yeah, I think that was mostly fine for me. Now I have to avoid dying. Okay. That gives us a Lazan next turn. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to be able to bait the opponent into attacking with everything. Cool. Oh, this was not good. I forgot this kills the dragon. Shoot. That was sloppy. I was supposed to block the other way around. I guess this does force them to activate the unicorn, which is something. But yeah, I could have done this better. Yeah, switching these blocks was definitely better. Still, we are mostly stabilizing despite that misplay. Literally just can never untap with a Lazan, huh? I forgot we had this Thrakus in the deck, if I'm going to be honest. How big does this thing get? +7 double 14 power with trample? Alright, let's see. Do I need to stack ordering to do it right? 8, 6... No, I think actually regardless of which way I stack it, it's 14. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm attacking for 15 here. So I guess we're just going to go for it. If they block here, they take 15. If they block the 1-1, they take a lot more than 15. If they block the Thrakus, it tramples over. Yeah, okay. That feels silly, but sure, why not? Hey, the Lazan did something! It definitely discarded for blue. Oh dear. I kind of wonder if I want Jaded Sellsword less than Giant Fire Beetle, but I'm also not entirely sure of that either. It's too bad that we didn't make the Skanos white, because not having lethal, but also gaining 20 life would have been really cool. Worse, but really cool. Okay. Underseller Myconid's pretty excellent against double team aggro, I think. Oh, we drew our planes, so we can do the white Skanos gain infinity life thing. Okay, admittedly, the mono 2 toughness non-double team creatures are not what Underseller Myconid is excellent against. This is going to be the part where they make a land drop and get to attack before playing anything and just represent Steadfast Unicorn activation in a way that's excellent. Oh, no. It's actually a little surprising. I think this is actually worse than attacking before removing the Myconid. I don't really care about them gaining life, so let's just kill the Unicorn. That way they don't get to kill both of my 1/1s if they have an indestructibility spell or something. Yeah. Like that. I don't think there's a lot of benefit to playing out the Druid here. I don't gain much off the ramp, but playing out the Sellsword gives me a 3 toughness creature to block. Okay, well, or playing out the Druid can give me the fixing to play Lazan, but again, I think that's probably wrong compared to just having the larger toughness creature. Flying creature, yes. Minor issue. Okay, kill my 3 toughness creature. Sure. Okay. I was really hoping we would draw a land so I could hold this plains for the Skanos. Okay. How do I get around that? I kind of think I really have to hold on to this plains. I think I desperately need that lifelink. Okay, doesn't swing with the unicorn. We are as intimidating. So they get to double team the Blessed Hippogriff. If they hit another white source, they get the Tyr's Blessing to protect their other creature. If they just Steadfast Unicorn, I think I need to just Skanos here. I think that's all I got. They hit the second white source. I'm really glad I didn't play Lazan. So now they have another indestructibility. But they can't actually play the Pegasus this turn. But they can play it next turn and pump that, so they can represent 5 damage in the air. So I definitely have to gain this life. I think swinging with 1 more power is important here. That is an incredibly solid draw. Oh, that's such very good draw if they can't kill my Skanos. And I start gaining 16 life a turn. Okay. Am I facing down lethal here? I really don't want to... 6, 7, plus 4 is 11. Okay, so I don't have to lose this 1/1. Gameplay, auto-order triggered abilities, no. Cool. What? Oh, when it attacks. I misunderstood how that trigger worked. Shoot. Okay. Well, I can still block with it, so I'm still fine on that front. I think. Because I still have the Thrakus to block. So much life off of having held up this dumb plains. Okay, well, you two get in there. We're doing this nonsense again. You can't pump twice with Unicorn. Oh wait, can you? I thought this said activate only once during your turn. No, I guess maybe that was lethal. That makes that card better than I thought it was. I'm up to 29 life, so that's cool. I don't think I want to make this block. Am I, like, supposed to play the Lazan here just to kill something? I kind of need to kill the Steadfast Unicorn, don't I? I kind of don't have good blocks, though, regardless. Six power. That's fine. Oh, wait, what if I shoot them in the face with the other Lazan, though? Because this doesn't give trample to Lazan. Except trading with Lazan means that they have to double block Thrakis in a really painful way. Yeah, I think that means I'm supposed to attack. Otherwise, they can put Blessed Hippogriff in front of the Lazan, and then that's just not as painful. And now I just get to sit here and they can't attack with the Blessed Hippogriff. Well, they can attack with the Blessed Hippogriff because the Steadfast Paladin will gain life. And they get to activate that a lot. Yeah, I wonder if I was supposed to prioritize killing the Steadfast Unicorn as a result. Cast Lazan, kill Flyer, trample for lethal. Did that work? I don't know if that works. It did? Didn't they have enough toughness on the ground that they could just... No, maybe not. Maybe I was thinking about all the toughness being on the Blessed Hippogriff. Yeah, maybe that works. Alright. Well, we have enough turns worth of dirtle that we can kind of just dirtle. The opponent's certainly flooding out as badly as we are. So 1, 2, so this can go up to 4. So I can double block? Probably supposed to. Okay. Oh, well, it was delightful for this game to exist for the time that it did. Maybe I'll top deck a dragon and get to, like, kill something. Nope. Okay. Well, we tried. Maybe they'll top deck a colorless card. Well, my 12th land is coming in tapped, so that's a downside. I'm kind of really close to dead next turn, huh? That's a good draw. What are we killing here? The Steadfast Unicorn? Probably. I think it's definitely the Steadfast Unicorn. Is there any benefit to giving this first strike now? Mana efficiency next turn? Oh, also it gains +1/+1. That might be relevant. I'm not really play-by-playing this very well at this point, I don't think. I'm kind of like... I kind of lost it. Ranger Squadron. Oh, dear me, that's excellent. Did they not attack with that? Really? I guess they want to block with it? Oh my. I beat Ranger Squadron. Oh. Okay, I do have good draws. I actually have a pretty large number of decent draws. Two? I guess it's an uncommon. I'm actually blown away they didn't go for a Blessed Warrior here. They get to put that back in hand. 6, 12. So they get one flying blocker here. If I find a removal spell, I have lethal in the air. So I have Dragon's Fire and Faraday's Fireball. 2 lethal outs. I have Older that can't do anything because I don't have white mana. Wrathful Red Dragon. Is good enough. So I have 3 ways to kill them if I don't block. I think that's enough of an incentive to not block. No, that's the card that doesn't do anything. Too bad I can't re-specialize. Yeah, that's game right. If I could cast it, I could win. Ah. Well, apparently we get game 3 still. Which, I gotta admit, I forgot about, because that took forever. Huh. And our cap is beginning to look kind of reasonable. Not the most reasonable, but at least a little reasonable. Is it better than Jaded Sellsword? I guess it kind of looked better than Jaded Sellsword. Earthcult Elemental. I mean, Earthcult Elemental still is really good on curve. Oh wait, the Sellsword still synergizes with the... I'm supposed to be removing our 5-drop blue dragon. This is like what I'm actually supposed to be doing. But, oh well. Okay, take the play. Keep the hand. Myconid it into Skanos. That's a game plan. Yeah, okay. Liara's a little horrifying. This looks really familiar to a previous game. Flaming Fist Officer. Alright. Nothing? Not gonna do nothing, opponent? Okay. I kind of expected they were going to attack and pump the Flaming Fist Officer when I have to trade my Myconid for the Liara and they don't leave me with 5 mana as a result. Still nothing? Huh. Okay, so they can't pump Unicorn. This makes me feel like they're trying to bait a specialization on Skanos, which I don't think I want to run into. think we're just going to sit around, not expose the Skanos, go get our island. And just give Skanos flying on a future turn. Our caller's a little scary. They're still sitting around, but they didn't use the removal spell at the end of turn, though. It's so easy for me to get blown out if they have a response to the Skanos. I don't have anything else I can really do after that. I think I kind of gotta just chill. There we go. Now the opponent's tapped out. Now we can start getting silly. No Ranger Squadron for opponent. Blue Skanos. And I would like a copy of Skanos. Just on the off chance something horrible happens to us. It's a copy of Blue Skanos, so I will not be able to play it with Blue Skanos in play, but if they kill Blue Skanos, I have another Blue Skanos. And I like having protection, redundancy. We do need to keep Myconid too. That won't be terribly hard, and we have another Myconid if needs be. Okay, how about more duplicatier Skanoses? See? Duplicate Skanos. It's got value. We should also probably play the Pilgrim's Eye, so that we can continue doing damage if they kill our Blue Skanos again. Alright. Moderately stupid. Our opponent flooded out pretty bad. This is mostly what happened there. But I appreciate a little bit of stupid in my life when it favors me. You know, I gotta say, the whole idea of Specialize, like, rewarding you for splashing colors, I thought was going to be a joke. But we did entirely win that game just because we splashed a single island that we tutored up just so that we could discard the single island. That is legitimately what happened in that game. So I suppose the dream is real. Guildsworn Prowler? That doesn't make me terribly happy. Oh, please block? Oh my goodness, thank you? Do they think they get to draw a card from blocking? They don't get to draw a card from blocking. So they kind of just traded with my 2-drop that already drew a card with their super high value 2-drop. Anyway, I'm satisfied by that. So we can go Lantern or Revealing into Giant Fire Beetles next turn. We have a 1/1 to block Shambling Ghast profitably, although it gives him a treasure. More treasures for the opponent. Many, 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 many treasures. More lands, not perfect. The Owlbear Shepherd is not really particularly close to being online anytime soon, huh? I mean, maybe another giant fire beetles, maybe some rabble-rouser pumping gets us there, but that's going to take a while. Oh, that's rude. There goes my entire board. Meanwhile, the opponent appears to not even be flooding out. Oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. Well, okay, if we were in a top deck or anything, Earth Cult Elemental does feel like one of the best possible top decks. Because that also goes amazingly well with Owlbear Shepherd. Given that they're missing land drops, I think denying them a treasure does have some real value here. Would be sad if they just played a removal spell that kills my Earth Cult Elemental and gives them a treasure back. Would really prefer if I could get to draw cards off this Owlbear Shepherd, if I'm being honest. Yeah! Drawing cards! Good times! Okay, so even if they have the 1-mana indestructibility spell, I'm not really scared of that here. So I think it's a safe attack with our 6/6. It only gives them 5 toughness, or 5 power worth of blockers. And I certainly can't think of anything else for 1 mana that's effective here. This doesn't give double strike on blocks, right? No. Okay. Okay. Getting to do real damage to the opponent, leaving our 6/6 unblocked. Getting to draw cards. That's an engine. We got a 2/3 that can block the Swashbuckler without too much concern. We have a lantern, so if we start flooding, we can at least mitigate that a tiny bit. Opponent makes it to 5 mana. Cardoom. That's big. But I can trade a 1/1 and a 1/3 with it. Although if I do that, then I'm not activating Owlbear Shepherd. That might actually be a problem. I might not be willing to do that. Dear me. Oh. So I can put the Rabble-Rouser and the Owlbear Shepherd in front of it? And then they only get to kill one of that. They probably kill the Shepherd. Is trading Shepherd for Cardoom something I want to do in this spot? Well, they're not going to give me the choice. Okay, so they're going to sit back and be willing to trade Cardoom and a 2/2 with Earth Cult Elemental. Which I don't think I want. I think I would rather just dirtle and draw cards. Admittedly, I don't want them to just be lands. That makes things harder. Well, now if they just have a removal spell for Earth Cult Elemental, I am in trouble, but they have not had that on the previous turns. Young Red Dragon. Alright, more flying threats. That is kind of a concern. I wonder if I actually should have attacked with the Rabble Rouser last turn. That might have been a mistake. Do I want that? Yes. Do I want to force the trade with the Earth Cult Elemental? Also probably yes. 2, 3. Yeah, because I can still draw a card even if I force this trade, and I think forcing the trade is in my favor. I shouldn't have played the Thrakis before doing this, though. Should have let them resolve this dry before pumping my Genasi, but that's fine. They top. I draw a card. Okay, more lands. Cell Sword, fine. That's kind of a problem. Fireball. Okay, we can live with a fireball. 6. I mean, it's gotta just be smack Cell Sword attack with everybody. I'm pretty sure that's the right move. I imagine they throw the Shambling Ghast in front of the Rabble Rouser, kill the 1/1, which means there's no real point in pumping the Rabble Rouser, but I get to do that after they block. But there is a point in attacking with the Rabble Rouser. I have exactly enough power after the Thrakis doubles to draw a card, so I can still activate the Lantern. They're only attacking back for 5, 6 if they choose not to block. But they can't choose not to block, right? Because they die? Yeah, so they can't choose not to block. So mostly, as long as we avoid taking 6 hasty damage, we're fine. They blocked the 1/1. Well, now that seems like a mistake. Because I can just pump this now, which does more damage and puts them to 1, which means it's easier to trample over. But I guess they wanted the treasure instead of the -1. Okay, maybe that's reasonable. Top again. Okay. But now they're dead to Owlbear and Genasi. So, like, they can't just top a removal spell for Thrakis. Okay. Do they just get deeply hurt by the auto-tapper, tapping them to a single red? Instead of leaving up black to activate Grim Hireling? I think they did. But they still can't kill Thrakis. I don't know that this alone would have saved them, no matter what. So they like have to attack with Young Red Dragon and then do something else with 4 mana. Or drop it. Okay, well, that just doesn't matter. So their scries to leave that on the top kind of just left them dead on board, I think is the result there. So we have 6 trample damage and then 2 more lethal threats on top of the 6 trample damage. Like, they're dead here even if the Young Red Dragon could block. Okay. Okay. Do we have any desire to change anything? Nah, deck seems perfect. Oh. This is the kind of hand that is deeply, deeply, deeply tempting to keep. This is the kind of hand where the only good thing about it is that we get to put a Lazan on the bottom of our deck. But 1 land is significantly less than 2, and 2 is significantly more than 1, so I guess we keep. Okay, well, Druid of the Emerald Grove means that if we make it to 4 mana, we are set. Land drop means that we're significantly closer to making it to 4 mana. Okay. We have successfully top-decked correctly. Good work, deck. Love to see the lands. Ooh, Wrathful Dragon. Nifty. How likely do we think it is the opponent can kill Lazan? 20? Wow. I don't know that that mattered very much, but sweet. I still don't know whether I'm supposed to play Wrathful or Lazan first. In which scenarios? I mean, Wrathful's definitely harder to kill. Definitely does a lot more most of the time that you do kill it. Why are we getting Trapfinder haste instead of the Prowler? I do not know. Anyway, do you want to block with your Guildsworn Prowler opponent? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to default to playing the Wrathful Red Dragon, because I draw a card if I do that. And that usually kind of dictates the plays. Creates the obligations. Yeah, well, if you can't remove the Wrathful Red Dragon opponent, you kind of can't attack. You can definitely give more of your creatures flying and haste, which does make it harder for me to attack. Flying Guildsworn Prowler does accomplish that. That's fair. Alright, well, I guess now I'm actually supposed to play the Lazan because I need to remove the Guildsworn Prowler. And Lazan is kind of like a removal spell eventually. Oh, or we could just draw Dragon's Fire, which is an actual removal spell. A little bit of a flavor flail that that doesn't trigger Lazan, if I'm being entirely honest. Decline. Let's go ahead and pop the Nefarious Imp to minimize the amount of scrying the opponent gets to do. I want to deny them getting the card draw off the Guildsworn Prowler for as long as possible. Oh, cool. And they draw a card, which means that they won't have the card that they draw off Guildsworn Prowler up, which is more or less exactly what I would like the case to be. Alright, so we play Skanos. We pop Guildsworn's Prowler. We swing with everything. If the opponent wants to sacrifice their entire board to kill Lazan, they can, which is fine, because I don't really care about Lazan anyway. Well, we do get to do damage to the opponent, so that's cool. Alright, so now as long as my opponent doesn't board wipe me, we're fine. But if they play a 7-mana board wipe that makes 4 treasures, then the game continues at that point. And I'm probably still favored. I mean, I guess they have 2 Cloak of the Bats, which wouldn't be terrible in that position. Yep. That is definitely game. Oh, even on board, actually, because I can pump one of my flyers. Good point, opponent. I missed that. I thought I was going to have to shoot them in the face with Lazan. Alright. This is a truly weird hand, but we have our Splash Color and our Splash Crazy Good card. But also it's a Splash Crazy Good card that kind of doesn't want to be played on curve. But I guess that works, because now we have Pilgrim's Eye. Which can get played before our splashy crazy bomb. Let's go snag our island. Perfect mana achieved. Okay, opponent. Are you going to kill my Pilgrim's Eye to deny me another Pilgrim's Eye? No. Okay, the opponent's just going to sit around doing nothing for the first 3 turns, which generally does not make for the toughest of games. Valor Singer. Which also doesn't do anything, interestingly enough. Okay. Well, I guess I could just top deck Wrathful Red Dragon, and then play Wrathful Red Dragon, and then also play another Wrathful Red Dragon next turn, if the opponent doesn't remove anything? And like 2 Wrathful Red Dragons feels like they synergize pretty well. Oh, this would be the coolest lethal. I swing, copy Wrathful Red Dragon, play another Wrathful Red Dragon, then I fireball my own Wrathful Red Dragon to dome the opponent for 12. I'm not sure how exactly the opponent, like, doesn't die before that point, but I like that plan. That's a cool plan that I dig. Sounds cool, I guess. In theory. If the opponent had like 30 life or something. Alright, so we have perfect mana and a 2-drop into 3-drop into 4-drop, or 5-drop on turn 4 curve. So we're going to keep this. And we will not question how we got here at all, chat. We will just accept it. Oh hey, Genasi Rabble-Rousers is like even better than Hobgoblin Captain against Tiefling Outcasts. Sweet! Oh. Alright. Well, luckily for me, Underseller Myconid is also absolutely excellent against Tiefling Outcasts. Marshall copying the Outcasts does not sound like the best use of my time, so I guess we're just going to play the Walrus instead. Oh my, that's a lot of very, very, very good cards. Dear me. Okay, I guess we'll accept the Myconid. I mean, it goes pretty wide, which is generally looking desirable against our opponent's board. Oh, hey, cool, they didn't do anything. Well. I guess I'm going to see if I can get them to kill any of their creatures to make this Earth Cult Elemental better. And then we're just going to kind of hope we roll a 20 so the opponent has to sack their entire set of creatures. Nah, just 1 permanent. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Well, me having literally perfect mana and curve and my opponent having no mana. Okay, yeah. I am willing to accept the data as evidenced that those are the kind of games that we win without too much trouble. I see no reason to dispute this particular piece of evidence. Well, okay, I guess 4 wins then. Yay!